I'll tell you a little bit about the Pinkathon. For those who weren't here last year, we started this event to encourage more women to take up the road to fitness. As we know, women in our country are focused on their families, they're focused on their husbands and children, and they don't spend enough time with themselves. So we want women not to neglect their own health, and we believe that the way to more health, not enough to do to spread a message like this and do an event like the Pinkathon in one city in 1 month or 1 day. So we decided to take it all over the country. And I'm very happy and very proud to tell you that Bombay is going to be the 4th city this year to do the Pinkathon. And after that, there will be almost or more than 10,000 women in the first year of the Pinkathon who have already participated. So it's really a wonderful moment for us, works for, is to create more awareness about breast cancer. As we know, the statistics are quite terrifying, they're scary, that 1 out of every 20 women in India stands a risk of contracting breast cancer in her lifetime. So that could be women from our families, women who are friends of ours, and we really need to spread the message that the disease is curable if you catch it early. And today we have with us Dr. Vani Parmar, who is a breast surgical oncologist from Tata Memorial Hospital, who has kindly agreed to come here and talk to us a little bit about breast cancer. Thank you so much, Dr. Parmar. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Milind. And I really feel honored that I have been invited here to speak about breast cancer, because it's definitely close to my heart. That's the area that I've specialized in. We are concerned about the increasing incidence of breast cancer in India, but it's not alarming. I would correct that word, because it's not alarming, because we are definitely getting more aware of it. And alarm is not the way you get aware of a disease itself. It creates more a panic. We don't want to panic. We want more of awareness. It's more of just beware, but don't panic. So I will correct that word. When it comes to the incidence, yes, we are seeing more number of cases also because of the way the women are moving towards, Western habits of food, living, even conceiving, having a baby. There are a lot of things that have changed in the public, in the women now, because of urbanization. And fortunately for us, the population incidence is much less as compared to the West. Also, majority of our women are in the rural areas, so there the incidence is really low. And in fact, we are doing a wrong thing by adapting a lot of Western habits. The rural habits have really taught us a lot. The diseases are much less in the rural area, the incidences are much lower. The 1 in 20 in lifetime is really in the extremely urban areas of India. It's, in fact, the majority of the metros is about 1 in 26 to 1 in 28 in a lifetime. That's not very alarming looking at the Western countries where it's 1 in 8. Wow. So we really are not there yet, but we are moving towards it, and that speaks for the importance of a healthy lifestyle, exercise, good habits in food, living lifestyles, and also how we plan the family, how we look after the children and everything else. So I think it goes a long way to bring up this awareness, and definitely the Pinkathon has created a lot of awareness in women looking at the participation, and that's a very, very encouraging number. The Women's Cancer Initiative in Tata Memorial Hospital actually 10 years back took on this as an important objective in their whole agenda, and Devika Bhojwani, when she started this along with the then director, late Dr. Dinshaw, she was very keen that, a part of our agenda should be to increase awareness in breast cancer. And I think we have come a long way from there currently with the way these events are showing response, and I'm very happy about that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Parmar, for clarifying on a lot of points. Thank you. We also have with us our brand ambassador, Gul Panag. Namaste, Gulji. Kaisi hain aap? Thank you very, very much for coming, and she has been extremely supportive. As soon as I told Gul that we're doing this event in many, many cities, she says, I want to be involved in all the cities, and I want to be part of spreading this very, very important message about how women must be fit and healthy. And as you can see how fit and healthy she is herself, she wants everyone to be inspired by this. And in fact, there are millions of women out there who Gul inspires every day to take up a healthier lifestyle. Gul, thank you very much for coming. A few words, please.
Thank you, Milind. Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Parmar, Malishka. I think without going into the medical aspect of cancers related to women, in specific breast cancer, I'd like to focus on what we can do to fight lifestyle diseases, breast cancer being one of them. Running has been scientifically proven to increase your immunity levels. Anything that increases your immunity levels by default fights disease, including cancer. I think running is one of the easiest ways to remain fit. I've been running for last 19 years now. I started running when I was 15. I'm going to be 35 soon. So I've been running many years. I'd like to agree with what Milind said. A lot of women will always put their children, their husband ahead of themselves and forget about themselves and put their wellness, and I wouldn't call it only fitness, but wellness behind those of their husband and their children and their in-laws and their families. The other thing why I think an event like Pinkathon is so important and something I'm so passionate about is because being a runner and being a woman and having participated in so many mainstream running events, my current tab is at about 16 halves and 10Ks that I've done across India. And I find that women rarely make more than 20% of the runners in these events. Is that correct, Milind? So in all mainstream running events, only 20% women are running. So at some level, women are not comfortable with the idea of running yet with half-naked men like Milind Soman. So I think events like these will go a long way in inspiring women to come forward and start running, fast walking, and maybe in the following years they will go into mainstream running events. Pinkathon has a 10-kilometer run, a 5-kilometer run, and a 3-kilometer run. So women from all walks of life, women from all fitness levels, you don't need to be a super fit runner to take part in Pinkathon. You can be anybody and manage to fast walk, brisk walk, slow walk, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, or 10 kilometers. So I'd like to urge all the members of the press who are here today to put forward this message. Firstly, this is not a marathon. I'd like to define this for members of the press here. Marathon is only a 42-kilometer run. Anything less than 42, if it's 21, is a half marathon. This is a run. So a lot of people end up describing Pinkathon as another marathon. It's not a marathon. It's just a fun 10K, 5K, and 3K run. We are very happy to be here. And as I'd like to pass the mic back to Milind, I want to just add one thing. 16, 17 mainstream running events over the last 9 years. And I have to say the passion with which Milind organized and organizes Pinkathon, something I noticed firsthand in Delhi, is truly infectious. The most fun I've ever had at any running event was at the Delhi Pinkathon. And I'm looking forward to having this kind of fun in Mumbai and, of course, in 2 weeks in Pune. So it's a great fun run. It's a great platform for women to get together, have lots of fun, lots of happy women, endorphinized, full of endorphins, smiling and positive. And I really, really look forward to Pune and Mumbai. Thanks, Milind.
Thank you, Gul. Thank you very much for explaining all about the Pinkathon and saying such wonderful things about it. And I want to also reiterate that we wanted to create a platform for women, a space for women, because as Gul mentioned, in conventional running events, almost 80% of the participants are men. And as we know, in a country like India, where women are a little conventional, they're more conservative, they won't get into a situation where there are 10,000 men and just 100 women or 200 women. So a lot of women will feel that if there is this kind of space that is for them, they can go out and try and experience an event like this. So also to spread this message that this event is not really for runners only. It is a timed event. We've got timing technology, so it's a professionally run event. You can treat it as a race, but for us, primarily it's a community event. We want more people to start running. Almost 75% of our participants are first-time runners. And to really to give this some backing and some strength we have people like Malishka to be our mascot. Malishka, as we know, is the most popular RJ in the country today. And we have chosen her to represent the Mumbai Pinkathon so that all the women who are listening to her on the radio know that if Malishka can do this, she's not a sportswoman, she's not an athlete, she's a regular person like us, and if she can do it, we can do it. And that is the message we're looking for from Malishka. Thank you so much, Malishka, for agreeing to be the mascot of the Mumbai Pinkathon. And tell us, she ran the 10 kilometers last year. Tell us about your experience and tell us about what you feel of the Pinkathon.
Thanks.